Hey, Triad Church Network, Brad Wright coming to you in the middle of the month of August because our annual meeting is coming up in just a couple of months, and we want you to be excited and ready for the stories that we're going to hear and be able to share of people who have come to know Christ in the last year because of the efforts of you, our churches, discipling people, doing ministry in our community, and sharing the gospel with people. And so that's the theme of our annual meeting this year. We want to make sure that you're ready for it and that you're as excited as we are to share those stories. The other thing we want to make sure you know is that registration's open for that. You're going to get some information in the mail this week about that. It's also going to come with a letter that further, again, explains some of the business that we've got to take care of at our annual meeting. And that includes clarifying our membership. Our membership, we believe, ought to be three things. For our churches, someone from your church to participate in something throughout the year. That includes the annual meeting. Could be the marriage retreat, one of our impact groups, any of the lunch and learns, or any of the opportunities we have during the year for you to get involved. Second, we believe our member churches ought to give something, ought to participate financially in some way, shape, or form. And then thirdly, especially for our SBC and Carolina Baptist churches, the annual church profile, filling that out. It's never been easier to do that. You can do it online. It's a lot fewer questions. Please fill that out for us. It does help us minister to you, our churches. The letter's also going to include further clarification on our bylaw changes that we're going to make at our annual meeting this year that include our leadership team and your executive director affirming Baptist Faith and Message 2000. Now, we know that not all of our churches have adopted BFM 2000. We're not asking you to adopt BFM 2000, but we believe it's important to make a clear statement on where we stand on certain doctrinal issues, especially as we agree on what salvation is, on who Jesus is and the work that he did for us on the cross. So we believe that BFM 2000 gives us the clearest explanation of the gospel that we can then share as an association of churches. And so I look forward to hearing from you, especially if you've got questions before the annual meeting. We want to answer as many of those as we possibly can. We want to handle the business we need to handle at the annual meeting so that we can share those salvation stories and hear all that God is doing in and through the churches of Triad Church Network. And just like we did last year at our annual meeting, this year we're going to be collecting coats for the city. And so if you as a congregation are already doing that, just know that the annual meeting at Stanleyville this year is going to include a collection point for coats for the city.